What does $800 get you on the used market today? Well, I'd say this is a pretty good find. This was 1992 Chevy Blazer, picked up for just $800. Now, it's still a bit of a project here, but I thought this was a really good deal. So first off, this thing's got very little rust for a New England vehicle. It still has small amounts coming out on the bodywork here, but really nothing major. Now, when it comes to mileage, this truck has 248,000 miles. I'm always astounded at just how well these 350s run, just continuously. Like, they're so reliable. My 1992 truck was 300,000 miles, and the engine ran just about the same as good as this. So kudos to Chevrolet for making such a good engine, and especially the TBI. Like, some people, like, they'll knock on the throttle body injection. It's not as easy to work on as a carbureted truck, but these things, at least in my experience, have always started right away and always run exactly the same as they always have. Now, of course, you can never find an $800 truck without it needing a few things. It certainly needs some rear brakes. You can hear they're scraping back there. I'm gonna get some new shoes for it, maybe some new drums. I'm gonna do the front brakes at the same time. The whole front end probably needs some work. When I was driving it down the highway back from Massachusetts, there's a lot of play in the steering. Truck like to go back and forth within the lane. I'm certainly gonna do some tie rods, maybe steering box, ball joints, just all that fun front end stuff, which is probably extremely rusty. All this New England weather. It's gonna be fun, and I hope to show you guys a little bit of it on this channel. So just in general, I really love the Chevy Blazer. It's probably my favorite out of all the OBS trucks. It doesn't have a truck bed, but you've got the two doors, you've got the short wheelbase. It's probably extremely good off-road. Four-wheel drive works. Easy day. It definitely needs front U-joints. You can hear those things click back and forth. So we'll be keeping it in two-wheel drive for now. But it drives fantastic. It's extremely quiet. It still has both the stock muffler and stock catalytic converter. I will definitely be getting rid of those. Probably putting a Flowmaster Super 44. I had one of those on my old square bodies and it sounded really good. So I'd like to recreate that with this truck. First, there are some other weird things about this truck. The high beams work, but the standard lights do not. They were working when I first purchased it, and they both went out at the same time, so I assumed it was a fuse and not the bulbs themselves. And the radio's gone. Not sure why. Someone pulled it out and tried to put a DVD player in. This is a single-din DVD. I have no idea why they attempted to do that, but there you go. We're gonna find some other single-din radio and put it in there. All in all, this truck is extremely stock. It hasn't had any serious modifications done to it whatsoever. Maybe if you count this blue bubble tint on the rear windows. Very clean looking 350 TBI. Has a new alternator. One did the lid flip on there. Main thing to note, the air conditioning lines have been cut off. I'm not sure why anyone would do that, but there has been an air conditioning delete, so the AC does not work. I really like these early 90s interiors. I like them a lot better than the 95 onwards OBS trucks. The square dash and the more retro sort of style controls are just really cool. Overall, this truck looks and runs extremely well for a 30-year-old truck, and I think it was well worth both the 2-hour drive to go and get it and the $800 it costs. Let me know what you guys think of the Blazer in the comments, and I will be updating you in the future on what we're going to be doing with this truck.